I'm Mike from Tales from the Glass-Guarded World, and you're listening to Disasteroid, a collaborative one-shot with Tales from the Glass-Guarded World, House of Bob, and a few special guests, too. The crew will be playing Long-Time Listener, Last-Time Caller, an improv game set within a radio show at the end of the world. I hope you enjoy it.
Hello and welcome, listeners. You are keeping it locked on 96.6.8, the Knee FM. My name is John Jorgenson, producer of such knee greats as Wretched Hearts, Cowboys and Colonists, and Just Jazz. Tonight, I'm your guest host on Daytime Nighttime, which, as you know, is usually hosted by Arlene Curtis. Arlene is unfortunately no longer with us. Oh, wait, no. I mean, just here in the city. She's very much alive and well and very much still working at the Knee. Just took the week off to go and visit her daughter in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm told that Arlene's daughter, Darlene, recently got a big promotion at the bank where she works, and Arlene is down there to celebrate. You know, it's funny, Arlene was actually quite nervous because not only am I not a trained psychologist by any stretch of the imagination, I'm not even really a radio host. Kind of more of a behind-the-glass guy, but at the last minute, her first choice got called out, and it's just a whole thing. So I swore to her, I said, Arlene, listen to me. Look me in the eyes. I swear to you that as long as I am hosting your radio show, no harm will come to your listeners. And beyond that, with tonight's big meteor shower, I figure that that's going to be on top of everybody's mind. Well, before we start taking calls, I think that I'm going to kick it off with a little bit of music tonight. Up first, we have the brand new single by Consummate Artist known as Another Broken Heart. As many of you know, Consummate Artist is a reclusive figure who is definitely a human being, has been churning out hit after hit after hit. So now we are going to get started listening to this beautiful brand new single. You're hearing it first on The Knee.
Hey, you.
You.
Regular.
Human.
I am
Also a regular human. And I have feelings for you,
which I am
going to state at this time.
When I, a normal human, met you, my human acumen, I judged you an attractive structure of flesh. And then I got to know you and learned to grow to appreciate your choices of garment mesh. But you did not reciprocate any claim that you could not locate your mobile communication device. For humans such as I, we know it from the start. The only way this ends is with another broken heart. All simulations show we will end up apart. The only way this ends is with another broken heart. Now I spend my time searching for new rhymes and thinking of our walks beside the ocean. The days are just less fun. They're all zeros and ones without the comfort of romantic emotion. Still the motor continues to chug until someone goes and pulls that plug. For humans such as us, we can see it on the charts. The only way this ends is with another broken heart. I offer you this song, a creative work of art, to tell all of the world about another broken heart.
Such a good hit single from definitely a human artist. Well, up first, we have our first caller on the line here. We got Fred from Valleyton. Fred, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello,
Am I on?
Fred. Fred, yes. How's it going, Fred? You are on the air with Daytime, Nighttime.
Hey there, John. It's Fred from Valleyton calling.
Yeah, Fred, hey, why are you calling me today?
Well, I'm a regular caller of the show, and I'm just calling to follow up on the conversation I had with Arlene last week. Did Arlene tell you about what we had talked about last week when I called into the show?
You know, she told me a lot about some of her listeners, but Fred, you're going to have to refresh my memory here.
Okay, So John, Arlene, last week when I called in, I shared with Arlene a problem that I'm having with my girlfriend and her kids. And so I was planning to take us on a trip to the park to watch the meteor shower this weekend. And she doesn't want to go. And she says that her kids don't want to go, but I want to take her and her kids to the meteor shower. And
okay, so Fred, sorry. It sounds to me like this is really kind of a problem of, you need to share your life with this person. But sorry to cut you off here. You were talking about the meteor shower. So tell me more about that. What are you thinking about the meteor shower?
Well, I think it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and that's what I was telling my girlfriend, is that you're only going to get to see a meteor shower like this once in your lifetime, and that I want to take her and her kids to the park. And so last week when I called, Arlene basically said the same thing as you, but she told me that I kind of just needed to accept that my girlfriend didn't want to go. And
Fred, that definitely does sound like good advice, somebody's talking into my ear here. So Fred, it sounds like your girlfriend may have actually been on the right track, because we're being told that this meteor shower is actually going to be much bigger than the scientists expected. So we were expecting one giant meteor. About 80% of the mass was going to be burned off, but it turns out that it's actually about 12 meteors all in a row. Fred, have you been hearing about this? Are you watching the news right now?
What? No, I just heard that it was going to be beautiful, and I thought that it would make up for the time that I told her we were going to her parents' house, and I just kept driving. And
oh, Fred, that sounds not like such a nice thing to have done. I'm not even.
Well, that's why I wanted to take her to the meteor shower.
But if she doesn't want to go, then Fred, that's not very much of a gift. You understand?
Well,
that,
and that's
right?
what Arlene said, and that's what my girlfriend said too. But I thought that I would call back and talk to Arlene and maybe get a second opinion, and especially because you're hosting this week, I thought that maybe I could get a third opinion.
Right. Well, Fred, you got a third opinion, and I'm afraid that you just need to give people a little bit more space to do what they want to do, and that is good advice, no matter your station in life. So, Fred, we're going to let you go here. Thank you for calling in.
Okay, tell Arlene I hope that her daughter has a good promotion at the bank, and I'll call back next week to talk about this some more.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Fred. I am going to play another song. Seems very apropos given what we're now learning about this terrible meteor shower. This next song is Stroke of Luck by Indulgent In Between. And I'm going to go find out what the heck is going on, and I will be right back shortly, listeners.
Shoulder. Some tales last 1,000 years, but this one is older. Robots taking up the latest dinosaurs, fall behind in this galactic trial of time. Warp speed wormhole! 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 The Warp takes the lead in the race to the wormhole. We're now reaching warp speed. This race will devour your soul. Robots taking up the lead as dinosaurs fall behind in this galactic trail of time. Warp speed wormhole, 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 warp speed wormhole.
All right, a little bit rough at the end there. We have our next caller here, Haley from Green Hills, way out in the boonies there. Haley, you're on the air. Can you hear me okay?
Hi, this is Haley.
Hi, Haley. Hey, you are on the air with John Jorgenson, and this is Daytime, Nighttime. What can I do for you today?
Hey, so I've called in with Arlene before, and I talked about James, and, she kind of encouraged me to reevaluate my relationship with James, and, we broke up, and, then we got back together, and we broke up again, and, we kind of have that thing going on, and we broke up. Well, we're in a broken up state right now, but I'm kind of getting nervous. And,
okay, sorry. So why are you getting nervous?
Well, I'm watching the news and I'm feeling kind of alone and uncomfortable. And, he lives like in the apartment across the hall from me, but he's also got this thing going on with the girlfriend in the apartment below him. And that's what we fight over all the time. But I'm like, well, maybe I don't want to be alone right now. And I'm just trying to get some, someone like, what do you think? Like, would you go over there? Or would you, is it better to just be alone, watch the meteor shower alone?
I do a lot of things alone, to be honest with you, and it's not that bad. You need to make peace with it.
How?
If he's two-timing with the girl downstairs, that's a story as old as time itself.
He insists that he's not.
He insists that he's not.
He always tells me he's not. But sometimes I feel like I hear her on the phone in the background, or through the door, because I'll go up and I listen through the door of his apartment. And it doesn't seem like she's home. Her lights are off, and
so it sounds like you're maybe getting a little bit too close to that. I mean, keeping track on the people downstairs. I'll tell you, I live in an apartment.
I was dating him sometimes not. I gotta know.
Okay, well, it sounds like you maybe have some boundary issues, but I just want to pull things back to the meteor shower here.
I think he has boundary issues, right? Honestly, he was in a relationship with me, and it seems like he was with her. I don't think that's
true.
me.
I don't know you. I don't know your life. That's a good point. I shouldn't be so quick to judge, but I do want to pull things back to the meteor shower here. So you were talking about watching the meteor shower. Have you been keeping up with anything that is developing here? I'm hearing that we now have as many as 13 asteroids, all in a perfectly straight line. And the first one is going to come through the atmosphere and mostly burn away, but it's actually going to create a perfect little space for the remaining asteroids to come through, and they're going to plow directly into the ocean. It's supposed to cause some widespread destruction. Scientists at NASA are now surmising that actually at least 4 of these asteroids are made of pure magnesium, which, if you've ever seen magnesium go into water, I mean, we're looking at quite a light show tonight. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, mostly I just what if it's great? I want to experience that with someone. Who's going to see that alone? It's just me and my cat? That seems pretty, and where can I take my cat anyway? To watch it in a good view.
Well, that's true. You know, cats do have eyes. You could probably just watch it on the TV, but maybe you should. Maybe go downstairs and you bang on that woman's door and you say, if my boyfriend is in there, you know what? Maybe just be okay with it, because it sounds like the world is going to end tonight. Don't be alone.
So you think all three of us should be together?
You know, if ever there was a time, I'm starting to get pretty nervous here. I don't want to bring you down, but I am. You know, I think that we all maybe have a right to be pretty nervous with how things are developing here.
You know, I like the idea of forgiveness. I'm gonna marinate on that though, because that's a little rough.
Okay, I apologize. I'm not trying to bring you down. I'm having a little bit of a panic attack, to be honest with you. All right, thank you very much, Haley from Green Hills. Enjoy the rest of your life out in Green Hills. I'm gonna try not to panic. Unfortunately, the next song that I have queued up is called The Apocalypse Boogie by Jimmy Meteorite and the Kuiper Belt Boys. I do not feel good about this choice, but it is too late to turn back now. So here's this next song.
Just perfect, and you'll eat your slice of buttered bread and then crash, boom, you're dead. What's that you say? I can't be right. You're certain I'm very wrong in spite of the fire raining from the skies. Well, I'll give you my advice. Apocalypse boogie, dance till the world is done. Apocalypse boogie, let's make the end more fun. Apocalypse boogie, 'cause we got nothing better to do. Apocalypse boogie, it's the end of the world and we're screwed. We're all in agreement, that's it, we're done. At least we had a pretty good run. We all might have a few regrets before we see how bad it gets. How many ways could it go wrong? Well, how much time do I have left in this song? I guess I could list a few of the ways that we might reach the end of the days.
How do you feel about a super volcano?
You'll all agree that would be no bueno.
What about a massive alien invasion?
I didn't factor that into my equation.
Maybe a global thermonuclear war?
I'm sure we've all heard that one before.
Eaten up by self-replicating nanobots?
Ooh, the gray goo has my stomach in knots.
Does an AI takeover strike a chord?
I, for one, welcome our robot overlords.
We could be struck by cosmic radiation.
Gives Ben Grimm heart palpitations.
Perhaps a megadose of solar flares?
Sure, that's cosmic radiation too. Who cares?
We could all starve in an ecological collapse.
Or we gorge ourselves to death, perhaps.
Oppression under a brutal police state.
Not the end of the world, but yeah, it's not great.
Maybe the end will come from global warming.
With wildfires and heat waves and hurricanes storming.
What about a deadly global pandemic?
I think we all know it's not purely academic.
It could even be an asteroid impact.
Hey, they could make a hit movie of that. Apocalypse boogie, dance till we meet our doom. Apocalypse boogie, we'll watch it all go kaboom. Apocalypse boogie, drink a whole bottle of red. Apocalypse boogie, it's no good to us when we're dead. Earth dances the apocalypse boogie. The moon
right. So I've had a minute to regain my composure here. I'm feeling less panicked. I'm feeling more at peace with things. Next up, we have Veronica from Summerset on the line. Veronica, are you there? Veronica?
Oh my God! I can't believe I got through. Like, I've listened for ages, and I mean, I'm so excited. I've listened for ages. I've called before, but I've never actually gotten through, and I'm just so
Veronica,
excited.
that is fantastic news. So, what are you calling about today?
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So I've been up for this promotion at work. It's a big promotion. I'm really excited. It's big, and I really think I got a chance. So then I went to this meteor shower party tonight that my work was throwing. It was, it was a nice thing. They catered. There was some alcohol. I didn't drink a lot, but I drank some. And it was a good time. And then I made out with my boss.
You made out with your boss at a meteor shower party. And, if you've been listening to the show tonight, my last conversation with Haley from Green Hills, that I do actually think tonight is a pretty good night to be kissing people that you feel like kissing. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, I left the party because I was embarrassed. I was just so embarrassed. I can't believe I did that. And so I left the party, and so I don't really know what's going on anymore. And I'm walking home because, like I said, I had a couple drinks, and I just didn't want to drive. So I'm walking home, and I'm worried about this promotion.
You're worried about a promotion. Well, that is interesting because you did make out with your boss. Now, do you think that is going to hurt your chances of getting the promotion or help your chances of getting a promotion?
I don't know. I feel like it was a pretty good makeout, but it wasn't great. So maybe if it had been great, that would have helped. But I don't know if it was the best I've ever, the best makeout I've ever done. So I don't know. I don't know, John.
6 out of 10 makeout. I know a thing or two about that. Have you been keeping up with the news going on right now with the new state of emergency that's being declared over this meteor shower?
Well, like I said, I'm walking home. So, I've got my phone. I've been on Twitter, but, I haven't been paying a lot of attention, the celebrities. And so I'm not really aware of what's happening because I left the party so embarrassed.
Right. Well, okay. I'm just going to be the bearer of bad news here. So it looks like all of these asteroids are going to scatter in the sky as soon as they clear the atmosphere, which is expected to happen in the next 15 or 20 minutes. And as they scatter, they're going to circumnavigate the globe and start hitting things at random, leaving massive destruction in their wake.
Oh, God.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news here, but I do not think that your small little psychological issues are going to bother you too much tomorrow. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, do you think I have time to get back to the party and hook up with my boss?
I would run. Get off the phone and you run and you hug your boss and you give that person a 6 out of 10 makeout just as best as you can.
Yeah, John, we'll just be hugging. That's what we're doing.
Do what you gotta do.
Okay.
Enjoy your evening. Potentially the last evening. Goodness. Well, we're going to play another song here. This coming up is Taking Flight / Over the Carrion Line by Sir Marcus Gringlebus of Hogshole. I do not even know what this is. Somebody mailed it to me and I brought it to the station because I work here. I work at a radio station and the world is ending. Okay, here we go. My apologies, folks. That is very grim. That is completely inappropriate for this moment. As I said, I had never heard that song before. So dark. Oh my God, so dark. Let's take another caller. Looks like we have Kevin from Farmington on the line. Kevin, how are you doing? Are you there? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello, hey,
Hello?
Kevin. Hey, how are you doing? You're on the air here. What are you calling about today?
Oh, you're not the nice old lady.
No.
Bitch.
We've covered this several times. I'm John Jorgenson. I am not a psychologist. And I swear to God, if you call me trying to talk about your small little problems, I'm going to have some issues with that.
No, Beatrice, I have him. I'm on the radio.
Hey, Kevin, yes, you're on the radio. Kevin, yes, you're on the radio. You're on the radio. What are you calling about today, Kevin?
Mr. John, we were listening to the radio talking about meteors just exploding from the skies. What are we doing? Is NASA shooting? Is the military going to intercept these meteors?
Well, Kevin, I think that
petunias.
Your petunias, yes. Your petunias, yes. So I've been trying to keep up with this as the music is playing, but I think as far as the next response, you probably know as much as I do. Why don't you tell me, Kevin, what would you do? What do you think the government should be doing to control these meteors?
Well, the government doesn't do enough, Mr. John. I think they should have built some kind of bunker. Me and Beatrice have our little tiny station wagon, and we live in the middle of nowhere. Where are we going to go to be safe? The government isn't doing enough.
No, yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you. So this station wagon, is it full of gas? Is it full of food?
Oh yeah, we try to go into the town next to. We sell petunias for a living.
Oh, petunias, interesting. That's well, Kevin, I am having some.
Wait, sir. Sir, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you have room in the radio station? I'll go in there right now. We have 3 dogs, 1 cat. Beatrice is a lovely lady. She could make you tea.
You know, Kevin, I appreciate the offer, but I'm going to tell you right now, a big part of my anxiety at the moment right now is that this radio station is a truly terrible place to be. We don't have very strong electricity because it's all going to the radio generator thing. And,
Beatrice,
there's no food here because the university
Mr.
cut our
John
budget.
says we can come.
No, I'm saying it. You don't want to be here. You don't want to be here, Kevin.
No, we're taking everybody. Don't worry, sir. We'll protect you. I have a musket, and my dogs are ferocious.
Okay, Kevin. Thank you very much, Kevin. Thank you for calling. This is a terrible idea, and thank you for calling. Enjoy your drive to the bunker. And Kevin, all right, thank you. Hey, that was Kevin. Everybody. Kevin, everybody from Farmington. Well, let's get things up a little sunnier here. This next song is Pretty Girl by the New Folk Mono. Brighten things up a bit.
Hey there, pretty girl. Wanna go out on a date? Hey, I really think you're great. And I really think it's fate. Stick a hot poker in my socket. Stick a hot poker in my eye socket. Hey there, pretty girl. Wanna go out to a show? Will you let me be your beau? We could eat some Oreos. Stick a hot poker in my socket. Stick a hot poker in my eye socket. Hey there, pretty girl. I'm really glad you're not annoyed that the earth will be destroyed by a giant asteroid. I've got a trick in my back pocket. We'll escape the earth on a big, big rocket.
Well, I hope that everybody's feeling better after that song. So next up we have, it looks like Gina from the Blue Moon Commune. Gina, are you there? Gina, can you hear me? Well, is it Gina, perhaps? I realized that probably made a lot more sense. Gina, can you hear me? I'm not picking you up here. No, nothing. All right. Well, let's come back. Gina, if you're on the line, and you can try calling back later. Next up, we have Graham from Crock Creek. Graham, are you there?
Yes. This is Graham Shubert from Crock Creek calling.
Yes, you're on the air. How are you doing? What are you calling about today?
Well, things are going pretty well around here. I'm just calling about the asteroids coming into the atmosphere. So-called asteroids.
So-called asteroids. Tell me that you know some more about this. I'm dying to know here.
Well, I can't tell you everything, but I do know that the asteroids are not actual asteroids.
Not actual asteroids. Tell me more about that.
They are, in fact, alien spacecraft.
Okay, that sounds suspect. Tell me more.
Well, the truth is I'm a former federal agent. I worked with several departments, and I know from some of the research that I have seen, some of the intelligence documents that I can't tell you too much about, but I do know that there's a plan for this.
There is a plan, and what would that plan be?
Well, as I said, I can't tell you.
Oh my goodness. Well, sorry everybody. We had a major power surge here at the station. Looks like we lost Graham from Crock Creek there, but it sounds like he was trying to sell us a crock. All right. Let's pick things up again with Blake from the coast. You know, we've got a lot of coastline out here, Blake. I'm interested to hear more about where you're actually from. Blake, you've got the air.
Hey, man, I heard this wave is going to be totally killer.
Yes, it's going to be some big waves coming up. Have you been following this asteroid news?
Yeah, totally. It's going to be huge. My wife tells me I shouldn't be heading out on the water, but I think I'm going to do it. I'm told it's going to be like the biggest bomb wave I've ever seen.
Well, you know, I think it sounds like you're a surfer. Are you a surfer or are you more of a jet ski kind of a guy?
No, surfer, man.
Surfer,
best in the
right.
world. Hitting all the big waves around the world, man.
All right, all the big waves around the world. That's what I like to hear. So
this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
It certainly sounds like the last in a lifetime opportunity. Where are you planning to set off from to try and catch this giant wave, Blake?
Well, I flew over to Cuba, and I'm gonna take it from there and just paddle out on my board and hope I can get close enough.
Interesting. And are the asteroids supposed to crash down near Cuba? Have you been keeping up? Do you know anything about this?
But I assume so. Like, the water's bound to reach there, right? If it's landing smack in the middle of the ocean,
yeah, Cuba's in the ocean, so it'll definitely be affected.
That was my thought. I thought if I got out there, I could maybe catch the wave from one direction or the other.
That's true. Now, were you listening to the show earlier when Graham called? What are your thoughts on the possibility that this is actually alien extraterrestrial life?
I mean, if they're aliens, like, I don't even care as long as they hit the water real hard.
So you would like it if the aliens hit the water real hard and created a wave but died in the process, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing you say.
Yeah.
I think I agree. I don't want to sound xenophobic here, but I think aliens probably bad news. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, I don't know, man. Like, maybe they could take me to some killer beaches.
Well, perhaps if that's your priority right now, Blake, I've got to be honest with you.
Hey, man, surfer life.
Yeah. You know, you're the first caller who's really just been willing to go down in a blaze of glory. I appreciate that about you,
Yeah, man,
Blake.
I'm going to ride the wave.
Well, you ride that wave right into oblivion, Blake.
Hey, here I go.
Right. What a mess this is. What a mess this radio show is. You know, if the world wasn't ending tonight, I'm sure that I would be fired. We're going to play another song here. This next one coming up is Rain in the Vantal Megaplex by Bunk with a question mark. right, what is going on with all of this somber music laying around the station? If I didn't know any better, I'd think Arlene was not big into rock and roll. All right, it looks like we got some technical difficulties sorted out. I believe that we have Gina from the Blue Moon Commune on the line. Gina, are you there? Anything? Hello, are you there?
Hello?
Hello, yes.
No, this isn't Gina, this is Billy.
Oh, Billy. Okay, you're calling back from the same number there. That's interesting.
No, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I just wanted to call in. You've been talking about the whole meteor shower?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, like, it just slammed into the next town next door. I don't think that meteors do that, man.
Well, it wasn't supposed to do that, but it slammed into the town next door. So, Billy, where are you? Where are you located right now?
I'm in Mas Ranas.
Okay, interesting.
So, like, what should I do now?
Well, I would say, are you near somewhere that you can get underground?
No, dude, I live on a swamp.
You live on a swamp. Why would you choose to do that? This seems like a whole other issue. Billy, why do you live on a swamp?
Why did I choose to do that, man? I never thought about it. It's just life.
It's just life. Well, I certainly can agree with that sentiment. So tell me, did you hear anything when this asteroid touched down?
Oh, yeah, man. At first, it was, like, so quiet. Like, the animals, they stopped animaling. And then all of a sudden the ground started to shake. And then, poof, that's what I heard, man. Just a giant explosion. And I look outside and it's all dusty.
All dusty. Wow, Billy, you wouldn't happen to be sober right now, would you?
I mean, what do you define sober as, man? You a cop?
I'm not.
You have to tell me if you're a cop, man.
I'm being told that we are the last radio station still broadcasting. Everybody with a little bit more to live for has actually abandoned ship. I'm one of the last people still leading people through this unprecedented time. So I'm just curious, who I'm spending this time with, Billy.
Oh, you're spending it with Billy, man. We're spending it together right now.
Strange bedfellows indeed. So now, Billy, can you look out your window and tell me what you see here? What's happening in this swamp that you call home?
Oh, yeah. Okay, man. Give me a second. I'll get to the window. Oh, it's like animals. They're like running, and there are so many running, and it's all red and dusty outside.
Okay, so the animals are continuing to animal. That's interesting. So the animals have actually picked up. You said that they stopped animaling a few minutes ago, and now they're animaling again, hey?
They are definitely in major animaling mode.
Well, Billy, how much food is in your house right now?
Oh, I got some cans. I don't know what's in them. They don't have the label still, but they're still good. You get them cheap at the supermarket.
All right. Well, Billy, I wish you the best of luck here. And if I were you, I might go out and catch some of those animals before they stop animaling again.
Whoa, dude, you are so smart. I'm about to do that right now. Thanks, man.
All right. Enjoy your final moments. Up next, we have the song Migraines Are Forever by Fake Horse Metal to some emotionally stunted rock and roll for the cough syrup crowd. And I will be back with you shortly.
This is a safe space. We're hand in hand, it's all for you. You're cooking crystal meth down in the basement. How did you get here? The 90s faded futures looking dim. Although I never understood just what you saw in
Okay, that was some emotionally stunted rock and roll. Now, joining me on the line is Dr. Phyllis from Stenford University. And as I pay more attention to the details, I'm realizing that my enthusiasm is waning. Dr. Phyllis, change my mind. What have you got to say?
Hi, thank you for having me on the line. Yes, my name is Dr. Phyllis. I am the lead researcher of unnatural phenomenon at Stenford University.
Okay, so I'm kind of thinking an asteroid seems like a pretty natural phenomenon, but keep going.
Well, yes. So unnatural phenomenon, I think we define it as something that doesn't happen more frequently than every millennia. And so what we have found is that in actuality, alien encounters such as this is actually to be expected every 5 millennia.
So I'm just going to double back here. So when you say unnatural, what you actually mean is uncommon. And also, so now you're going straight to aliens. I'm intrigued because honestly, I'm not sure that I believe you, but nobody else has given us any real considerations. So tell me, why do you think that this is aliens?
Absolutely aliens. Yes. No, I have dedicated my life to researching this very topic, and we have been expecting them. I can assure you that this is grounded in very substantial research that we have done. We have gone back through ancient literature and hieroglyphs, and what we have found is that every 5 millennia, aliens composed primarily of magnesium visit Earth as a sort of vacation. And so we have been expecting their visitation for this. And I have been warning the international community, and nobody has listened. So now I am here with the only advice that I can give you, and the only advice that will help us through this very difficult time.
Okay, and what is that advice? What is that advice, Dr. Phyllis?
Well, yes, I am a doctor. So my advice is that as magnesium-based life forms are entering our Earth's atmosphere and primarily crashing into the ocean, given that 70% of our Earth's surface is covered in water, what we have found is that it can be easily neutralized with the introduction of potassium.
Introduction of potassium. This is interesting. So basically you're saying that we need to create a banana cannon. Is that what you're saying, Dr. Phyllis?
Well, I mean, bananas is a simple form of potassium that everyone should have. And I mean, any other form of potassium-based fruit product would also work. But yes, I would suggest bananas. So absolutely, immediately, we should all be concerting our efforts to throwing bananas into the ocean.
Okay, well, you know what? That's actually pretty good news. I myself have, a small bunch of bananas in my fruit bowl back home. So if I ever do make it back home, I promise you that I'm going to take those bananas and toss them into the nearest body of water. So Dr. Phyllis, one thing, I'm sorry, I may have been a little bit snide. I've never seen doctor spelled, Daukter before in an academic context. But one thing that I really appreciate about you is that
it's actually a language translation. It's a very common spelling in Guatemala.
Right. And so I also noticed we're talking about Stenford with an E as in echo.
That's right. It's commonly mistaken for Stanford. No, I understand the confusion. No, Stenford University. We're the leading research station for unnatural phenomenon such as this.
Unnatural phenomenon actually meaning uncommon phenomenon. Well, but like I said, this is something that we can act on. I've been sitting here, twiddling my thumbs all night. And now I finally feel like, okay, I can go and I can toss some bananas into the ocean to actually neutralize the aliens. I would have assumed that the aliens were riding the asteroids, but you're saying that the aliens themselves are magnesium. That is fascinating. How did your research lead you to this conclusion?
Well, you know, scientifically speaking, we are a carbon-based life form, and through the many realms of possibilities and probabilities, it's actually not difficult to imagine a life form based in another chemical. And so magnesium-based life form is actually to be expected, probabilistically speaking.
Wow, interesting. You know, you're the first person that I've ever heard say this, which is, I guess, to be expected. But fascinating stuff. Thank you so much, Dr. Phyllis. And
yes, absolutely, anytime. I should probably mention that in 20 years we should expect a mercurial life form to be visiting as well. But we can visit that. You know, we can talk about that in 20 years.
Yeah, you're assuming that we get a lot of bananas into the ocean real quick because, you know, these asteroids are big. But thank you for your time. I really do appreciate the fact that you are willing to phone and share this
groundbreaking
knowledge.
research. Yes, I understand completely. You're so very welcome.
I was going to say knowledge of sorts, but you know, this broken research. Thank you so much, Dr. Phyllis. All right. Well, that was certainly bananas. I'm just going to jump straight to the next caller here. We have Vlad from motherfucking Tulsa. All right, Vlad, you know, under ordinary circumstances, I would not even let you on the air. Did you know that, Vlad? I don't appreciate that sort of language, but what the heck? It's the end of the world. All right, Vlad, you're on the air. Can you hear me?
Hey, bro. Yeah, totally can hear you. It's good to be on the air finally. So I'm kind of wasted right now because Darlene broke up with me.
Darlene Curtis.
Dude, I got her that promotion. I hacked into the bank. She was terrible at their job. She lost millions and millions.
Well, that is certainly a plot twist, Vlad. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, man, I tried to help her out. You know, she sucked at her job. She was working at like the front desk or whatever, and I gave her a promotion. It was easy. And then she found out about it. Now she's all upset, like, oh, you got to let me be me and rise through the ranks of corporate America. And I'm like, shut up, man. Just take the promotion. But whatever.
Am I picking up a Russian accent here, Vlad? Are we talking to another Russian hacker?
No, bro. I'm not Russia. Whatever.
Okay.
So,
I apologize.
I'm sorry to be so wasted, especially since I'm the only one that can save the world. But
you believe that you could save the world? Tell me more about this, Vlad.
So listen, I have laser beam. Your last caller, total idiot. You don't need banana-powered laser. You just need multivitamin-powered laser beam. So I have
multivitamins. Sorry, multivitamins. I believe that those would have potassium as well, would they not, Vlad?
Exactly, and lots of other ailments that will destroy asteroids. So I'm going to power up laser. Give me a second. The funny thing is the asteroids are moving around like they're aliens. Whatever.
Oh, they're moving around. That is a curious development. You know, I'm stuck in a dark room here, living out my last moments, literally alone in the dark. So tell me more about the movements on these asteroids here.
Well, you're pathetic, but anyway. All right. I'm going to power up the laser.
Wow.
And we're going to have automatic tracking. Here. I'm kind of wasted, so I'm so sorry. This would have been better without all the alcohol. Here we go.
Can I ask why you felt the need to get drunk tonight? Was it because of Darlene, or was it because of an underlying?
Darlene, man.
Because of Darlene. So if you still had a wife tonight, you would be sober.
Yes,
is that what you're telling me?
And the world would probably be saved. But it's Darlene's fault.
Well, I'm not ready to blame Darlene just yet, Vlad. But I do wish you the best in your laser quest.
Thanks, bro. I'm going to power it up. You ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Okay. Okay, so good news. Good news. Laser beam was awesome. Totally turned on and everything. Bad news. It shot right at the moon.
You blew up the moon, Vlad.
Yes, it does appear I have.
Well, let me tell you this much, Vlad. If anybody lives, your name is going to go down in history as the guy who blew up the moon when he shouldn't have. which are words that I never thought that I would have had to say. So, Vlad, thank you for nothing. You gave us hope, and then you dashed our hopes. Vlad, we hate you. Vlad, we hate you. Just for that, Vlad, you know what? You know what, Vlad? Stay on the air. Stay listening to this show. I'm going to make you listen to something that I know that you're going to hate. This next one is called Flying Bears. Nobody knows who recorded it. All that we know is that it was recorded somewhere in Vegas. Vlad, so thank you. All right. Good night, Vlad.
This is a little number from New York. Flying bears, come and take me away. Come and take me away from this place. Flying bears, come and take me away. Come and take me away from this place. I like flying bears, I think they're real cool. I like flying bears in my swimming pool. I like flying bears when they're jumping around. I like flying bears when they're glued to the ground. Flying bears. Hey, Judy, can I have another martini? Flying bears, come and sit on my toilet. Come and sit there all day and have fun. Who wrote that? Flying bears, come and sit on my toilet. Come and sit there all day and have fun. I like flying bears, I think they're real cool. I like flying bears in my swimming pool. I like flying bears when they're jumping around. I like flying bears when they're glued to the ground. Flying bears. This is an instrumental interlude. This is an instrumental interlude about carrots and celery. What the hell is that? Flying bears. Oh yeah, flying bears. Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Flying bears. That is the crappiest thing you've ever brought me.
All right, there we go. That was Flying Bears by nobody knows who. Vlad, I hope that you're happy. I hope that I hope that that was the last thing that you ever get to listen to, Vlad, for dashing our hopes and dreams. It's amazing to me. We still have somebody on the line. We've got Pete Perkins from Piedmont. So, I got to talk to this Pete Perkins. I don't want Vlad to be the last person that I ever talk to. So, Pete Perkins, you've got the air here.
Can you hear me?
Yep, Pete, you've got the air. What are
hi
you
there,
calling
John.
about today?
Hi there, John. Yeah, this is Pete Perkins calling from Perkins Produce in Piedmont.
Okay.
I was calling. I was sort of hoping that you'd maybe ease up on the apocalypse talk there, but did the moon just blow up?
Yeah, the moon blew up. That? No, it just happened. Pete. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, the night's getting kind of weird here. There's red dust everywhere, and I'm just looking down the main street here on Piedmont, and there's like some small mobs of people starting to kind of wander around. People are getting kind of riled up. I'm not. I'm seeing some, what's that, light looting, I think I would characterize it as. Light looting.
Curious. What's the distinction there, Pete?
Well, I think that's kind of where you go in and you're testing everything, but you're not necessarily breaking it while you're taking it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, so at least we're maintaining some semblance of society here. So, Pete, what's going on with all this red dust? Are people, still able to breathe where you're from, or?
I'm starting to see some bandanas, but that could be from other reasons now that I'm thinking about it. But, people they're at least moving around, quite a lot, which is, I guess, nice to see given everything that's happening. Which brings up my other point. I'm calling to let you know that we're putting everything on sale here at Perkins Produce in Piedmont, especially bananas. It's a special meteor sale, one time only. So, stop by on your way back from the meteor party. Everything must go.
Okay, everything must go. You know what, Pete? This is just boistering my spirits because let me tell you, we have a lot of disaster capitalists in this world, but you, in fact, are putting life-saving bananas on sale.
Yeah.
Bless your heart.
Everything's 50% off. Come quickly, though.
Come quickly. All right. That's something that, yes, I believe listeners, if any of you are still on your feet, don't engage in that light looting in Piedmont. Go and buy yourself some bananas for a real good deal.
Yes, please. That's Pete Perkins Produce in Piedmont. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, I believe that we have one last call here, and then I'm going to go try and get myself some of these bananas. So we've got Dudley from Dudley here on the line.
Hey, wait, I'm on the line.
Yeah, Dudley, you got the air. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Guys, I'm on the air, you guys.
Yeah, Dudley. You know what, Dudley? No, stop it. None of this. No,
What?
Dudley, what have you got to say to me? Dudley, what for, Dudley?
So, like, 13 asteroids, 13, like, months in the year, like, coincidence? I don't think
there's 12.
so.
No, Dudley, this is not productive. I'm having a real bad day
13
here.
apostles in the Bible.
12,
you
no,
think that's coincidence, bro?
12 again. All right. Yep, Dudley. Thank you for calling in, Dudley. We're going to go for one last song
13
here.
donuts in a box.
Again, that's a dozen. Dudley, you're talking about 12s here, man. You keep on saying 13, but you're talking 12s. So
NASA's lying, bro.
Dudley, I don't know how to actually disconnect you here. This is turning into a problem for me. I felt pretty good talking to Pete, and Dudley, I got to tell you, you're ruining my day here. So it's 12. Dudley, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to spend my last minutes on Earth here arguing with you about whether it's 12 or 13 and a dozen. Okay. A baker's dozen.
You want to, like, hang out or something after, man.
Well, baker's dozen. You know what, Dudley? You know what? This is it. This is great. You and me, blood brothers. We're both a little bit wrong. Okay?
All right.
Have a good evening. This next song is Satan is My Plaything by Mike and James.
All right, peace out.
This may be the last song that you ever listened to, and it may be the last song that I ever listened to as we move towards the end of the world.
Satan is my plaything. He is my best friend. We do things that are illegal. We do things that are bad. We play lawn darts on your forehead. I guess that would make it forehead darts or lawn darts. One day I'll look up and Satan will be gone. Yeah, then I'll have to say to him, "Fun, please don't my boots talk fun. Fun, please don't. Fun, please don't. Fun, please don't. Fun, please don't. Boot talk fun. Fun, please don't. Fun, please don't. Fun, please don't. Fun, please don't. Boot talk fun.
Well, there you have it, folks. All 13 asteroids have touched down. The Earth is being covered in red dust. The oceans are ablaze. I hope that surfer who went all the way down to Cuba and somehow was still picking up our radio signal, well, I hope that he caught the ride of his life. You know, I've got to tell you, I feel that my life was too short. I, for one, am not ready to die, but I'm glad that I got to spend my last moments on Earth talking to people that I intensely dislike. I've worked at the knee here for far too long, and it seems just fitting that this is the end for me. Signing off, John Jorgenson of the Knee FM.
Thanks for listening to Disasteroid with the House of Bob and Tales from the Glass-Guarded World. If you want to support our shows, please subscribe to both and give a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. It helps other people find us too. To stay in touch, follow both House of Bob and Tales from the Glass-Guarded World on Twitter, or join one of our Discord servers. Links for everything are in the show notes. If you'd like to offer your financial support, you can check out merch for both podcasts on House of Bob's website, hobcast.com, or join House of Bob's Patreon. A huge thank you to all of House of Bob's Patreon supporters for helping to make this possible, including Holdrig Hegarty, Brandon Knox, Ron Sonius, Team Iman, Pavel Lishin, Christine Braille, Tom Inns, Elias Anderson, Mark Boykin, Mary Margaret, Jessica Colvin, Ray Kearney, Scooter Emerson, Tyler K., Josh Jordan, Keith Haddad, Bluckett 12, Tom Wesley, Jessica, Kieran Duffy, Mike, Luke Conroy, and Volt. Artwork for Disasteroid was created by Shubert. Audio production is by Astronomic Audio, and the music was performed and created by John Julius, Alex Hochhausen, and Mike Hammock with help from his wife Liz, and is licensed under Creative Commons by attribution. Thanks so much for listening, and roll on.
Somebody insert really cool noise there for me. That would be nice.
We'll do that for you, Vlad. Yeah, I understand that you said that, but I'm
What just happened? Hello? Am I still on the air? Oh, God.